Hey everybody, Adam here for True North Wilds, and this is the Gear Check. Today I want to talk about the Schrade SCHF38, otherwise known as the Frontier. What better place to test out a Frontier knife than out in the middle of the bush? So that's what I've been doing. We're a few days into our 6-day camping trip in the middle of the northwestern Ontario Crownland, and I've been putting some various tools to their paces. This is one of them. I got some good and some bad to say about this knife. I'll start off with the good. I really like the weight. I like the heft that it has to it. It's thick. It's a 1/4 inch spine. You can use and abuse this, and I have been. It's just a really solid, durable tool that I have no fear of breaking or snapping or dinging or damaging. I feel like this is going to last me a long time, no matter what I do to it. And that's what I want out of a good camp knife. It comes with a nice nylon sheath, which also includes a striker, fire starter, and steel, and a sharpening stone. I haven't used the sharpening stone yet because I haven't needed to. But I'm sure it's the same sharpening stone that comes with any other Schrade products that come with sharpening stones. It's the same sort of design, and so I'm sure it will work just fine. The striker works really well. We've got some spark tests that we did here on the log. No problems whatsoever. Throws a good spark, really easy to use. It's got a good length to it so that you actually can get a nice full strike to make some sparks. No complaints there. The steel is perfectly comfortable to use. It's absolutely 100% functional. And fits nicely right into the sheath here, just in this little front pouch. Velcro to hold it closed. Nice little feature. No problems there. The rubber on this knife handle is really nice. It's got this ring pattern, which is really comfortable. I was a little bit worried that the jimping on the front, or on the back and the front here on the bottom, being in contact with both your fingers and your thumb, would be a little bit aggressive and a little bit uncomfortable. But after using it for a few days and after doing some tests with it, you really don't notice it all that much. It's rounded. It's not actually sharp, so it's been rounded off. It's not very aggressive, but it still gives you a really good grip when you're holding it. And again, I like the rubber, the ring pattern on this rubber. Really good grip, same thing. It's comfortable to hold. The shape of it is very ergonomic. It fits very nicely in your hand. It's a little on the thicker side, but for me, that's okay because I like a thicker knife. I have a little bit bigger hands. When it comes to grips, I like a little bit on the bigger side. So that works really well for me. It came decently sharp out of the box. I haven't touched it up or anything at all. Did some slicing with it. It's not really meant to be a slicer. I sliced up some onions and potatoes for breakfast, and it does the job. It'll cut, but it's not really meant for that. So I didn't expect too much out of it, and it didn't give me too much. It's such a thick knife. It's almost like cutting with an axe. I'm basically just wedging my way through the potatoes. So you'll probably want to bring a proper knife if you're planning on cooking a lot and need to cut up vegetables or meat or anything like that. When it came to actually putting this to some woodwork, this worked really well. The heft gave it a really good ability to chop. So we did some chopping with it, just cut through a few, some green small saplings and some drier stuff. We made our fires. We did some feather sticks. For fine work, it was decent. You can get a really good amount of control, especially with the jimping, especially being up on the thumb. The blade goes all the way down, which is nice. You got a little bit of a groove here if you really want to get that fine control. You can adjust your grip in a number of ways. So we were able to do that feather stick, do that fine wood carving work. Of course, slicing through big chunks of wood was really easy. You can whittle down a stick. You can make a point. You can carve a nice green piece of wood. You can carve it up really quickly. All very well. Very easy to do. Generally, what I didn't like about the cutting, just talking about the cutting and the whittling and everything, even for whittling was not bad, but for slicing and whittling, when it came to that, this coating that they have on the blade is something that I actually did not care for. It's not that I don't like the coating, it's just it's very rough. So slicing is not really an option because you get so much friction. You felt that when you're whittling, you had to put a little bit more effort into it. Cutting the potatoes, I had to put a little bit more effort into it because there's just that extra friction that grabs. And so it's not really going to be a good cutting, whittling. Any long pieces of cutting or slicing that you need to do is you're going to have a little bit more of a effort that you need to put into it. It's durable enough. With the thickness, we had no issues batoning. Didn't expect there to be any issues. It worked great for that. The tip, the edge, everything held up really well. I even threw it a few times. We had a little axe throwing contest. I threw this a few times, hit the rocks. Didn't hit the target, but I hit the rocks. So I got a little bit of a ding in the edge from that. That's to be expected. That's my own fault. From any of the woodwork that we did, any of the cutting, any of the tests that we put it through for actually doing bushcraft stuff and actually doing tasks around the camp, it held up very well. No damage whatsoever to the handle, to the blade, to the tip. Nothing got nicked up, nothing got dinged. This powder coating does catch a lot of wood, so it's going to be a little bit harder to clean. Another reason I don't like this coating, you can see the white marks on here. That's wood that is caught inside this coating, so I really don't like that part of it. But that's my only complaint about this knife. All in all, if I had to pick a good bushcraft, camp, survival style knife, I would recommend this. I think this is a good choice for it. It's solid. It's going to get the job done for anything you have to do around camp. It's a bit heavy. I wouldn't carry this on my belt personally because it's got a little bit too much weight for me. But to bring it into a camp, bring it out into the bush and have it there available to do those tasks around camp, I think this is a really good option. So that's the Schrade SCHF38. So the Schrade Frontier. I found it on Amazon easily. They're readily available. They get good reviews. I'm really happy with it. It performed as expected in pretty much everything that I put it through. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments below. Don't forget you can like and subscribe. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram at True North Wilds, our blog site, truenorthwilds.com. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you outside.